Yes, I can drive a stick.
Selena.
Meow meow.
And BC.
You can take away my house, all my tricks and toys. One thing you can't take away, I am Iron Man.
Okay, and we have a special guest this week. He's been asking to be on for over a year, even though this is our 5th episode. It's Boom. How's it going, Boom?
Yeah, just here.
Okay. BC, we are still not on Discord. Is that a fact?
That is true, but we are now on Spotify and have a sponsor, so I'm actually working on figuring out how to work that. So our sponsor is Anchor. From what I understand, it's an app that we can use kind of the same way we use Discord, and hopefully we'll be on Anchor soon, and you'll be able to see us.
I think Anchor is audio only, like Spotify, and it's a free app, though. And they distribute it to different spots like Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and maybe even iHeartRadio. So we definitely got to look into it. And yeah, that's a thing. Okay, the award for the best emote from last week, because we are not on Discord, the tower for an hour and just look like idiots doing emotes. The winner is a tie. I couldn't decide. It's a tie between Selena and VA.
Woohoo!
For your Harry Potter invisible cloak that you wore. And you had a mute must have been on too, because we couldn't hear you.
Competitive ostrich racing comes but like once in a blue moon.
It was,
and we gotta...
it was invitational. Invitational, you had to go.
How'd
you guys do? Any ribbons?
Well,
No?
VA.
VA, did you place in the top 3 in any event? It's a whole weekend thing, kind of.
Sadly, no.
Okay. Better luck next year.
We had wagers going, so I said that you were going to cheat and that you were going to take your broom and shove it in between Selena's ostrich's legs while it was running. Did this happen?
I hate to disappoint, but I try to compete with honor. So no.
But we
I'm
also
so
said
sorry.
that Selena, being a cat, would land on her feet.
Well, actually, being a cat, I kind of mauled my ostrich. It's just a large
Holding
bird,
on for dear
right?
life.
That's what I thought. I mean, they all started running, and there were feathers in my face, and VA was out ahead, and I think I actually spooked. I mean, thank you, VA, for not, wanting to... But yeah, I think I spooked her ostrich, but yeah.
I have a prediction right now. Boom's going, why did I agree to this? That's what Boom's saying right now.
Not true.
Good, because the first segment of the podcast is the interview. BC, you're up.
All right, so let me get everything together here. Okay, pull everything up. Crap, I lost it all. Ah, well. Let's start anyway, off the top. So, Boom.
Yes, sir.
You happen to be in our clan, and you do a lot of kind of sherpering with the clan and running through raids. What draws you to doing that and actually being such an active clan member trying to pull people through these activities?
I believe you're only as strong as your weakest link, but if everyone knows what they're doing and learns the right steps on how to do it, then there's not really many weak links.
Okay, so it's kind of a Three Musketeers vibe there, all
Yeah,
for one and one for all.
pretty much.
Okay, and with spending so much time gaming, kind of, if you don't mind me asking, what's your personal life like? What do you do for a living?
Well, after I got out of the army, I spent some time jumping from job to job, but kind of fell into one I love now, which is personalized private home care for the elderly and disabled, like hospice care and stuff like that.
Well, I'm going to have to say thank you on two fronts. Thank you for your service, and thank you for the care you provide. I've had to deal with hospice care personally, and my father is actually in that field as well, so I know it's a lot of work. It's not necessarily easy, but you provide a wonderful service. So thank you very much for that. Um, to move on, let's move into a little bit more game oriented information. So, what's your favorite content? I know I said I've seen you do a lot of raids, but is that kind of your favorite content, or is there something else that you like?
I'm gonna have to say either raids or the dungeons, just because it requires a team, and you know, you play Destiny because it's a multiplayer game. You didn't buy it to do solo stuff, so I prefer
Okay.
working with a team, and just it's just a better vibe there for me.
Okay. Okay. Like that. Definitely, community is a big thing with Destiny. So that's wonderful. Um, about now, when it comes to this, I'm gonna let you know this is a dangerous question. So you might want to be careful with your answer because we have a number toter here on our in our podcast. But about how much time do you think you spend on Destiny?
Speaking bluntly, way too much. I
Well, do you,
spend roughly half a day on Destiny just trying to help people in the clan, or you know, stuff like that.
do you have any stats, any numbers you want to tote for us?
I've got roughly, I think I'm almost up to 3,000 hours game played in just Destiny 2 alone. Um, most of it is raids, which I think I have about 500 hours in raids alone.
Casual.
Ooh. Oh, I was gonna say he's coming
Wow.
Pretty
for you,
impressive.
Shady,
Uh-huh.
but
I have
Shady's
almost
throwing
double.
out casual.
Impressive.
I
Yes,
have
but
almost
how
double
much is in
hours.
raids, Shady?
Yeah, how much
About
is that in raids in
point
Crucible?
0.5%, and 0.4 of that was TARDIS fan do for me.
Yeah, see, I run all my
Yeah.
own stuff.
Ooh,
I
shots
still get the
fired.
guns. I still get the guns.
Shots fired, gauntlets thrown.
Hmm.
All right, here's a really good question with everything that's going on, especially since we have somebody taking over for Luke Smith. If you had the opportunity to ask the devs one question, what would it be?
Why the heck did they change Crucible?
Nice catch.
Why did they take
Yes.
it out of skill
Good job,
based and
Bill.
make it connection based?
Oh, amen. I'd pay for
For
that
sure, for
for
sure.
answers with that one.
I'm
For sure.
I'm rocking a 1.2 KD on trials, regular Crucible comp. It's all pretty much the same for me, and I'm fighting people who have 3.0 KDs, and I'm just getting wrecked, and it's makes it not fun. Makes me not want to do it anymore.
So speaking of that, even without the changes, prior to the changes that they made here, um, going from skill based to connection based. Since you seem to be into your stats with Crucible, how do you feel about some of the talks that are going around about the background manipulation? So it tries to keep you around a 50% win ratio.
Uh, I'm gonna have to say that's not entirely true. I feel like that stat is kind of padded by the streamers and like the YouTube streamers, the Twitch streamers, stuff like that. They seem to really listen to them more. So if there's like any sort of complaint, the devs will immediately jump on what they say compared to the average gamer when it comes to Crucible.
Okay. So you feel like your numbers are lower than
Yes.
50% or okay.
Oh, they're
Okay.
much lower. Like, I want to say last time I looked on the actual Destiny website, I was at like a 30% win rate.
Okay.
I mean, I still pull 20 plus kills a game. but I just get paired with people who are sitting AFK in spawns, or just the other team is just that much more superior than my team. I feel
Titans
like
eating
it's just
crowns.
that stasis is still a big issue with warlocks because of the recent buff and the nerf to hunters and titans. I just feel like it's so unbalanced that it makes it just almost unplayable for the average player.
Boom, do you think that stasis has made Crucible in general, regardless of class, an unplayable mode?
Very much so.
I do. You can't go 10 feet like
It's just dust field grenades and Titan supers, or Titans that can skate across the map in a matter of 3.5 seconds from spawn to spawn. It's
but
just
sliding Titans
so
not
broken.
fun.
No, especially when they can launch you halfway across the map, and then they just turn around and just punch somebody else with the same exact move because they get it back so quick.
Right, Boom,
So
you got
you're-
something?
so
you,
you're
got,
not-
you, got, you got a question for us, Boom?
I do. What made all of you join the clan? Dads of Destiny.
Ooh.
Well,
You got
that
to call out who answers first.
I was gonna say.
We'll go down the line here, VA.
Dads of Destiny in general is because I like their motto of family, work, fun. Specifically through Rocketsauce, you were one of the people that made me choose this clan
I appreciate
because of
that.
your spirit of helping people.
Always. How about BC?
Actually, I joined DoD in Destiny 1 because at the time I was going through a rough spot in my life, and they were running a streamathon to donate the proceeds to a different member of DoD for one of their family members.
Breathe Easy?
And
Was it the Breathe Easy stream?
it might have been,
Okay.
but it was just it was one of those things to see that, and to see that kind of community, and that action for for somebody that, majority of the people didn't even know, just happened to be a member of the same clan, and for them to, do a stream to raise money to help with medical expenses. I was sold. Um, and so the first clan that I ever joined in Destiny was DoD Ronin Dark. Um, Sadly enough, they disbanded at the beginning of D2, so I had to find a new home. But stayed after a while, ended up coming back to DoD and loving it ever since.
Good to hear. I'm glad you're where you're at now, by the way. Celine, how
Thank
about
you.
you?
Actually, I think I followed people to DoD. But it was a situation where I think it was Dim and Mish and, BC and a bunch of people who we were all like friends with, ended up like getting together with a bunch of guys from DoD. I think just randomly. I think typically is kind of how it works. And then our clan kind of started dissolving, and we decided to petition for acceptance into the mighty DoD clan. So we were lucky enough to be accepted in, and it has been awesome. So that's
Awesome.
good.
How about you, Shady?
Well, BC's been my close friends forever, and he was trying to recruit me over there, and I had no problem with the origins of DoD. One of the podcasts that I have been watching for 4 years, one of the members there, Pope Bear, was one of the founders of Dads of Destiny, because he's a school principal at the time. He could only play Destiny 2 to 5 hours a week. I can't imagine that.
Mm.
That's on the way to the bathroom. I played that on the way to the bathroom. But he, wanted, family first, and then,
Mhm.
find your gaming time. He has to prioritize what time he has to game. He's like a really nice guy. I was happy to be invited to any branch of Dads of Destiny, and I am a dad, so it fit right in.
Awesome. I like that.
Did everyone?
Think so.
Yep.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
Boom,
whoa,
did you
whoa.
answer?
What's that?
Answer your own
Slide
question.
out.
Answer my own
Wow.
question.
Ping pong, right back to him.
Okay. Before I joined DoD, I was actually the leader of a clan of about 70-ish people. Just drama, a bunch of stuff happened, and I wanted something a little bit more friendly, something else that would work around my schedule for work and just life in general. And found out that DoD is a thing, and hopped on board, took my closest friends with me.
Nice. Abandoned ship.
Well, no, I set
Who
up
says
leaders
Who
and
says
stuff
the
like that
captain has to go down
beforehand.
with the ship? No, I know.
Well, at least you're a responsible, clan leader that rolled out
Mm-hmm.
and, tried to keep it going, before you bailed.
We were active from, I think, I started that clan within the first 2 weeks of Destiny 2's launch. And we lasted until last season before.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It was just too much drama, a little bit testosterone issues, young kids, stuff like that. I just couldn't handle it anymore as the leader, trying to get everything going, keeping everyone happy, and so
Sounds
I
good.
decided to go somewhere else where my skills would be needed and appreciated.
Outstanding.
Well,
You
they are
see,
most
that
appreciated,
could be
though.
Yes.
that could be one of the best interviews we've had so far.
I liked it. It was a nice balance. Thank you
Boom, you
very
came
much.
prepared. I'm impressed.
I do my best.
Okay, up next is the roundtable discussion, and this category question. So I'm not sure if any one of us can answer this, but boom. But
Selena can.
there is a
Yeah.
mechanic in Destiny now that's actually challenging in the PvE part.
The Grandmaster Nightfall. So, pretty much it's kind of the end-all be-all of PvE. It's where you go to really challenge yourself, since raids are kind of too easy anymore. Oh god, I don't know how many people threw them now in the clan. Just last, I think, 2 weeks ago was Arms Dealer Grandmaster. I think I ran 5 newbies through it.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
last week. Yep.
Yeah, last week. Thank you, VA. But I mean, they're definitely challenging, especially this week. It's been kicking me around a bit.
What
But
part's
it's
challenging? Is it way too many ads, or the boss?
I mean, there's like 30 champions, 2 tanks, the incinerators that can one-shot you. Because this week is unfortunately contested mode, which means
what?
which means pretty much everyone, as soon as you load in, doesn't matter your previous light level, you are all only 1325,
Huh.
Ooh.
which is 25 lower than cap, because you have to be 1350 for Grandmaster.
I love how Bungie makes you work to get to a certain point and then takes it over from you.
They do love doing that.
For funsies.
It's like buying your 16-year-old a car and saying, "Oh, you're late. You're 5 minutes late from getting home. The car's fine now." It's like, why?
Yep.
Why do it?
The other cool feature is you see it now more in the Lost Sectors. The Legend Lost Sectors is limited lives. So if you're trying to be a hero and get killed, not only can you not respawn, you have to be revived. You waste precious lives. So it's kind of a definitely pay attention, watch your surroundings, especially since there's
Take
no
it
mini-map.
slow. That's me at
Yes.
least. I'm like, I take it slow and use ranged.
Take it
And
kind of take it slow, but you do only have 45
Yeah, you
minutes
do
to
only have
complete it.
time.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
catch-22. Can only go but so slow and
So,
Yeah.
carefully.
so
So I've seen, I'll throw my 2 cents in. I have not done one yet because I am a bit low on light level, but I've seen a lot of different videos on YouTube with cheese spots. Since you run through it a lot, do you use the cheese spots or do you play straight through?
First of all, they actually patched those already. That was the update beginning of the week, the like 18 megabyte update. They patched it so you can't anymore. But me personally, I prefer not to try to use a bunch of cheeses in the game. It seems like it defeats the purpose of even playing it. If I can't do it legitimately, then what's the point?
Here,
I feel
here.
much better completing it as is than having to cheat and win. That's like winning a race by kicking everyone else over.
Especially
It's
something like the
going to the light.
Grandmaster.
It's going to the lighthouse by cheating, and it's just
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
see that's
But
like when trials members
we
cheat.
spend a lot of money on this game. We should have a choice.
I mean, true, and that's why
I'm all
I
about
don't knock anyone
challenging.
who does it.
You give me a fire team, give me Selena and BC, and give us a really hard task. And we may fail a couple times, but we'll get there and we'll do good. But if I want to solo on some cheese, because the drop
That,
rate is 1 in 2,000, I'm gonna do
yeah,
it.
I understand that. I mean, I used kind of a cheese. I had to do the solo dungeons, but the flawless solo dungeon.
oh, she's back.
How to beat with the same VA witch, though. It could be something totally different.
Well, my audio is kind of iffy tonight on the chat, so I was trying to
We're not
see if I
listening to
could
you
get a
anyway,
little
it doesn't
better.
matter.
oh,
Ken, I love having you here, VA. Here
Oh
every week, please.
snap!
Up next, we have Selena's segment. Selena, what's your segment called?
hot topics.
What's your hot topic for this week?
So I don't know if this is actually a hot topic. I could be like
You're the hot
ill-informed,
topic.
uninformed. Yeah, I know,
You're the
right?
commissioner, so it is
Boom,
because you say so.
boom. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. Hot topics. So this is actually kind of like a dual meaning hot topic for me, because my hot topic is now that we have had some time to mourn. You're gonna hate me for this, boom.
Don't you
Mourn the
dare!
passing of
No, I
Kate
don't want to be
Six.
here anymore. I don't want to be here
Right,
anymore.
he's gonna leave. Where are you going?
He
We've
went and
had
sat
some
in a
time.
corner.
We've had some time to mourn the passing of
Not
Kate
enough.
Six. Not enough for some people, but we've had some time. So it likely goes to wonder, like, who is going to be our next Hunter Vanguard?
Right here.
Are you saying
Me.
you? Spooderman? Spooderman? Okay. Yeah, no, personally, I think we are all thinking the same thing, or at least we all,
Unfortunately.
I know. But I don't know that it's been made official. I think we're all just thinking that, and maybe Bungie will, throw us
I think we have another
kinda-
season or two before
Yeah.
Well,
that happens.
I think
Because
it's
there's
a
got to be a
season,
little
maybe-
bit more development.
Yeah.
But
But-
yeah, it's pretty much a done deal.
It's happening. It's happening.
On that, if you
Was there any
did Cade's
dissension?
mission, if you did Cade's special mission for after his death, you
Yeah.
do realize that he said whoever kills
Yep.
him, Hunter or not, they will be the next Hunter Vanguard. That is his ruling.
Mhm.
And it
So
just
you're-
happens to be another Hunter Vanguard.
Okay.
Yep. The
You're,
the
so
the
so
gambit.
you are like
The Hunter's Dare,
accepting
I think
of
it
the
is.
lore at least.
Oh yeah,
and
no,
I
the,
am,
the
yes.
Vanguard
Okay.
Dare. That's what
Vanguard
it is.
Dare, thank you. Yeah.
You are begrudgingly accepting of the lore.
I think a lot of people are begrudgingly accepting of the writing on the wall.
He's wormed his sexy little way into my heart, that's for sure.
Well,
Hey man,
I'll give it to
anybody
Bungie.
come down here and check out this man's package? P.S. Sorry.
Whoa.
He has a large box down here delivered from UPS, I believe. Yes. Has everybody seen it?
I
No,
gotta
but you've
call
got
the
me
elephant in the
curious.
room. Who are we talking about? People that don't know everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry, people who don't
We
know
are
everything.
talking about
we are
the
talking
Crow.
about the Crow, aka formerly known as.
I was gonna say
the
FKA.
artist known as Aldrin Sov.
Yeah.
So
Killer
following the
Cade.
lore, you know, Aldrin killed Cade. Crow is somebody different.
Yep.
True. We all well.
Yes.
Most of
Technically.
us know this. Most of us know
Technically,
this.
and
Now,
even by
if you,
the
if you
lore,
take an egg
yes.
and make an omelet,
and
is
even
it
by the
that
Vanguard's
different?
rules, though, that's
No,
the thing
because
too.
all of his
even by the
essence, all of
Vanguard's
his
rules.
eggy essence was taken away from him, and then put in with new eggy essence.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you had an emote where you could hug the crow, would you?
Yes, at this
Yes.
point, after what he's been doing for Zavala
Sweet
this
baby,
season,
yes.
I would.
Bungie's smart. They're waiting for the crow to do us enough favors for us to forget that he killed Cade. And
I'll
like it
never
makes
It's not
forget.
the same guy. It's
Oh,
not the same guy.
Aldrin killed Cade, Crow did not. I mean, even by the
Right.
Vanguard's own rules. So.
Same shell. Doesn't matter. He's a bad guy.
But yeah, same shell, different eggy essence.
Wow,
Yeah, well, if I went by
different
that,
eggy
there was-
essence is going to be the name
wow.
of this video.
I'm sorry. I'm
Well,
sorry
then
for
Bush
that.
can never be a
Watch-
cool
watch my
Autobot because
feed
he was a
tomorrow.
Decepticon.
Perfect.
You know?
A different
But-
eggy essence.
So was there any dissension though? Was there? I mean, there is possibilities that oh goodness, Elsie's sister. Why can't I think of her name?
Anna?
Bray. Thank you.
She's disappeared
I'm
though,
so
and
sorry.
she's too worried about.
I was gonna say she's
Rasputin.
too worried about Rasputin to be worried about it. I don't see her. I don't see her
Yeah,
taking
I don't
that
see
on.
her either. It's obvious. In my eyes, it's obvious it's going to be Crow.
She's and she's a
Um,
renegade. I mean, yes, which is kind of like what Cade
Yeah.
was in a way, but I don't think that's what the Hunters need right now. I think the Hunters need a
Me.
Somebody
present
who's-
leader
Yeah.
to guide them at this
cares?
point because they've been
Yeah.
so. I mean, you think about it; they've been unmoored now for what, almost 3 years. So
Not long enough.
You're just
Warlock's
so
master race.
bitter.
Well,
So
I mean,
bitter.
sadly enough, being a warlock, we haven't been in much better position because our Vanguard has just decided to not
Keep looking
see
out
what
over the
we're doing.
horizon.
Silenced
Yeah.
herself. Bungie silenced her.
Listen, listen. She makes sandwiches in the tower. She's useful.
Stop it.
Ooh.
But I bet she does make killer sandwiches if she
bet
does
she
make
does.
sandwiches. But she
She
ain't
got
making
that ramen
sandwiches
shop
for a
right there.
man. She's making sandwiches for herself. Thank you very much.
She's making
And they
sandwiches
are
for everybody
dang
because she's
tasty
nice.
sandwiches.
This
Dang
is
tasty
this is a
sandwiches.
real life question. Do you think that they diminished Ikora's role because she was pissed that Cade was killed off? Because they are friends
She was
in real
more
life.
accepting of it than
They were
Zavala
both
was
on
at the time.
Firefly, so they worked together in the past.
Oh,
Okay, now you're taking it out of
you're-
yeah,
You're
the
taking it out.
universe.
No, because
You're taking
she,
it out of the universe because
I am. That's what I
And
said
and
real life.
honestly, I don't think so because Ikora was already put towards the back seat by Forsaken.
Because she was afraid of. Because
Yep,
in the
losing
very
her
beginning
light.
she lost her light, so it made her. They branded her as kind of a coward. It seemed like to me, anyway.
She's much more cautious
kinda
about
sad.
her actions.
It is sad.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Yeah, which.
Kind of like
Kate-
Zavala's, and I think just as cautious in a different way. Like Ikora is more personally cautious for her actions versus Zavala is looking through, the
Well,
spyglass
like
of
tactically
everything. Yeah,
cautious.
tactically cautious to everybody, which is, I think, hamstrung the Vanguard a bit.
If she can mess up Shax like she did, I would want her in my fire team.
Seriously.
that's hilarious. Yeah,
True.
She's the
Not
only
to
one
go
who's
down-
ever beat
not-
Shax.
Not to
yeah,
go down
that's how he
lore
broke
street,
his horn.
Yep.
but Bungie had plans to kill Cade off in D1. They didn't realize the popularity of him, so they kept him around as long as possible.
She's the only reason I
Financial
played
issue.
the game.
it was a financial issue. I remember seeing a trailer where the Crow was like pointing a gun at your D1 Guardian, going, "Why is this whole city giving me heat? Because he would killed Kang. He
Yeah,
didn't know it."
yeah. Well, they
Oh
said that they're
yeah.
reusing a lot of the story beats from D1 that got scrapped at the last minute into the last few
A lot of
seasons
locations too.
and
Yeah.
locations now that they are no longer beholden to, Activision or really anybody. They can chart their own path, and I think Bungie, in some ways, storytelling wise, is better for their divorce from Activision. But time will tell if losing those resources, I think, is was a good choice. Was it a
So
good
I
trade?
to
I
nip
have
this
a
in the bud,
question.
we're halfway through the podcast, and we're halfway through the material. So, Selena, this not hot topic you were wondering, it's a very hot topic. It's sizzling. It's glowing
Mm-hmm.
red hot topic.
No,
But
come on.
BC, did you have one final comment on the hot
I
topic?
do. I have one final question, comment. Since we are in the helm where the Crow is, what are your takes on him whistling Sabathan's song?
Mm.
I've heard so much about
You,
this. Y'all are
you
taking
already know
it.
how I feel about it.
I
Y'all
think
are
it's
It's
taking
a
it.
just
catchy,
an
it's a
Easter
catchy
egg.
tune. You
It
can't get
is, but
My
I
around
think
it.
it's
answer
just an
is
Easter
not
egg.
PC, so
Yes.
You
That's
have to tell,
exactly
you
what
have
I
to tell the
think.
actor.
Thank you, VA.
My only
I
question
think, yeah.
for Bungie when it comes
I
to
don't think it.
why can't we get the Crow's cloak? I want the Crow's cloak.
Oh, totally, totally, yes.
Because you're not the crow, and it's a
I
Like, hey, you got
crow.
a
I have
promotion, so
Cade
give us your
Six's
cool
cloak
loot.
in my pool. I can put on his. I can put on everybody else's. I don't have Crow's. I want Crow's. Bungie, hello, Bungie. I want Crow's cloak available.
Oh
I'll
my
do a raid for it.
gosh.
Bite your tongue about a
Ooh.
raid. Ooh, ooh.
Okay,
Oh!
Selena, do you want to wrap up your segment here?
I'm gonna
You
go
say what
more
it
Nah.
is.
arcade.
You say what it is.
Other than, I'm really being excited about was it 2 weeks ago where we got the cutscene, with the crow, basically doing the thing
Okay,
and saving what's his face and,
nice.
I don't know, spoilers, I guess, if
And
somebody
and and
hasn't
the
done
name
it.
name of your segment is.
Hot topics.
There we go. That's a transition. VA, you are up. What is your segment called?
Top three. And for this
Ooh.
week, top three is what is your favorite food or drink to consume while gaming, D2 or otherwise?
Wow. VA, why
Depends
don't you
on
go
the.
first? VA goes first because she knew the answer hours ago.
Ah.
This is how that's
Yeah,
done.
figures. So I like to consume my hard cider for beverage, and then for food, I like to either munch on some Cheez-Its or Klondike bars.
What
Nice.
would you do
I
for a
know,
Klondike
seriously.
bar?
I always diss that one, but at this point now, yeah, Klondike Crunchy is my evening crack. So
Nice.
Okay, I
so
guess I'll
there's
go.
mine.
I have my water bottle that has some water in it, so it's not a total lie. But it's a usually some kind of a sports drink, uh, Crystal Light or Mio flavored water with vodka. So that's why my gameplay gets progressively
Vodka.
worse as the time goes on.
Nah.
For snack, any kind of chip. I like jalapeno Pringles. Or when it comes to sweets, Swedish Fish or Skittles are very popular.
Hmm.
And tropical Sour Patch Kids. Those are awesome.
Oh yes.
Oh.
No, the watermelon ones. Watermelon Sour Patch. That's my favorite. BC?
So, for me, depending on the time of day, but majority of the time it's vodka, whether it be a vodka martini or just straight
I'm
vodka.
getting so tired of being your hero,
Or,
BC.
if it's in the morning, a vodka OJ, just
You
like get that
know,
vitamin C in there, be responsible.
just sometimes, yeah, but most of the times it's usually some kind of vodka if I have a drink. But I mean, I play for grown-up time. This is
Mm-hmm.
what I do to relax, so why not have a relaxing drink?
No one's
You're here.
judging. Who cares?
Snacks? I generally don't eat when I'm gaming because I don't like having crumbs or grease on my hands, like from chips and stuff when I'm playing. So, and then if I'm talking to people, then I have to keep muting the mic because I don't want to chew in people's ears. So,
Thank you for
I,
that.
I usually don't eat while I
Right
game.
now, Dred's going, what's wrong with
It's a
that?
gaming faux pas in case anybody doesn't know that. Do not, to mute yourself if you're eating. Nobody wants to hear you chew.
And let people know that you're
Please.
muting because you're chomping on food as opposed to, where'd so-and-so go? They're not talking. They've been awfully quiet. I've gotten that one. People are like, I haven't heard VA in a while. Is she still
Yeah.
here? Because
But then
I'm
you
not
can
a
unmute
quiet
yourself real
gamer.
quick, and I understand, if
Yeah.
just be like, hey, I'm eating, and then mute yourself again. Like,
Selena, you got an answer?
yeah, I'm kind of along the lines with BC. I don't really like to eat while I game. Although I do get these peanut butter pretzel bites from Aldi that are amazing, and they're not greasy, which is the main thing. Because I hate sticking my hand into something and then onto my controller,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then my controller's all slippy slidey, and I'm like, ah. But as far as the other two, definitely some form of sugar-free Red Bull, because, I want to be healthy. Drink sugar-free.
I'm not sure the sugar's going to make a big difference with with being healthy and consuming Red Bulls.
In my mind.
Okay, fair.
And then with Shady, the Mio water, which the energy again. I get the energy flavor Mio water. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. But so yeah, typically cherry or the acai flavor berry.
Anyone not
Mio.
answer yet? Boom.
I think Boom, yeah.
I am
Boom
not.
hasn't.
Any sort of alcohol beverage and jerky sticks.
Wow, that's like the go-to. That's like if you walk into the gaming
Jerky sticks.
Valhalla,
Yep.
that's what you're gonna have at your station.
Heck yeah.
Hey, jerky
Okay.
sticks are something you can eat, and they're not going to be too greasy.
Actually, as a
Pop
snack,
piece in.
beef jerky's up. I mean, it's not good for you, but it's a lot better than a candy bar or potato chips.
Yeah.
At least
I
there's
mean, there's a lot
protein
of
to
salt
it.
in. Yeah, there's it's meat, but there's a lot of salt. But I
Yeah.
mean, you get more salt in potatoes. Okay, with that in mind, I think VA's segment is over. Nice job, as always. Up next, our fake Twitter questions. And these are fake Twitter questions because none of us that I know of have a Twitter account, and therefore no one can
Cough.
submit
I
a Twitter
do.
question.
I guess I better start
might.
posting.
If people want to submit questions to Boom or VA, you're more than welcome to it, and they can relay them to me, and we will answer them in a timely fashion. And as
Timely-ish.
always, the people that send in these fake Twitter questions don't exist, but I take all the names from Impractical Jokers. This is from the name game where they have to be a receptionist in a lobby of strangers, and they have to say these names out loud without laughing. But the thing is, most of these names could be a gamer name easily. So they're not like catching us by surprise. It's like, that's not even funny. I saw freaking burnt toast the other day. I mean, it's just stupid stuff out there.
I did a raid with somebody named Eternal Anus.
Nice.
Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
Yeah. I've seen Mr. McPeepee
So-
out there. It's like, really? I mean, that's the best
Nice.
you could do. You could pick any name in the universe, and you're going with that. And speaking of Impractical Jokers, I saw 2 recent interviews with Joe Gatto and Brian Quinn, and they are both huge gamers. We're talking 50 hours a week gamers.
And
Joe
who are those
loves
for those of us that do not know who they are?
Look up Impractical Jokers on YouTube.
They are
try to
the
embarrass them.
funniest.
They have to say whatever the people in the back tell them to say. They have earpieces. They have to try to embarrass themselves as much as possible.
They're 4
Okay.
friends that prank each other by having them do stupid stuff to
Really
in public,
embarrassing things.
Oh, okay.
in public to unsuspecting people.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like Jackass, but much more friendly.
Okay.
Joe loves Assassin's Creed. That's his favorite game.
Wow.
And Q is a big into Fallout, to the point where when a new Fallout title comes, he tells the producers, "You can't film for 2 weeks. You're not going to see me for 2 weeks." until I'm done with Fallout. The whole sitcom gets put on hold when Fallout comes out.
That's amazing.
Nice.
That's how much of a gamer
wonderful.
he is.
Hey, I
And-
take off the first day of launch, so yeah.
And the camera was in his apartment. He had actual real pinball games behind him and real arcade games, and he had every system known to man for gaming, from Pong on up.
That's impressive.
And
Nice.
during the interview, Borderlands and Destiny was mentioned.
Ooh.
Back to back.
Nice.
Yes. So when they watch this, there's a shout out to them. Okay, so fake Twitter questions. Everyone has to answer. Again, these people are made up by the Practical Jokers. Henny Cabbagehead asks, "What is your favorite pizza chain?" Selena.
Probably a local place here called Northern Lights Pizza. They do have a couple stores, so small
A
franchise.
chain would be more than one. That's the only.
Yeah, small franchise. Small franchise.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, but they do sell. They probably sell it online. They do sell their garlic, like you know how Papa John's has like the garlic butter thing that they are whatever. The Northern Lights pizza is way better. Has like real like herbs and like spices in there.
Yeah.
And
why
they
is the
actually
crust
sell it-
green, and why do I feel tired after eating it?
Okay, BC.
That would be awesome.
I, sadly enough, just for general pizza, would have to go with Domino's. It seems to be where I order from the most. I will have to say that I do like Donato's, but only the mariachi beef. But if I'm gonna have to go, what's most popular or what I eat the most of, I'm gonna have to go Domino's.
There's no wrong.
Philly cheesesteak pizza.
Awesome.
Nice.
Boom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Little Caesars.
Yay.
Okay. VA.
I'd say that probably it's probably Pizza Hut, and for me it's the garlic Parmesan chicken with bacon and some tomatoes, and I add spinach to be a
Nice.
little healthy.
Yeah, I'm going Pizza Hut for a different reason. In my town, from 11 to 1, they have a buffet. And they have all kinds of stuff out there. You can make an amazing salad with every dressing possible. And then they will bring out pieces that you request. I can go up to the counter and go, "Can I get a meat lovers?" They go, 10 minutes. And it comes out. And they have dessert pizzas. And they have chocolate pudding with whipped cream. And it's all for like $7. It's like
That's old
nice.
school Pizza Hut. Those like don't exist everywhere anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't have
that's
Pizza
old
Hut period
school.
in my town anymore. They closed down here.
They used to do that. Like my Pizza Hut where I went to high school used to have a salad bar and chocolate pudding. I definitely
Oh my God,
the
yes.
chocolate pudding. And they had a jukebox.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nickel?
Mine, I actually was pregnant with my son, and shortly after, because I was a stay-at-home mom for a while, and that was like my one weekly treat to myself to get out of the house and look at something other than my infant and the four walls. And I went to the local Pizza Hut buffet. And
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
it was cheap, it was filling, and they didn't hustle me out so I could read my book in between. So,
Aw.
it
They
worked.
better not. Like pregnant mommy. Mm-mm.
No,
Well,
every fast food
Every
chain,
right to.
chairs and tables are designed to get you out of there as fast as possible.
Yeah, well, not my local
Every
Pizza
right to-
They
Hut.
almost have spikes on them. I'm sitting on a
Defend with
nail
your
here.
purse.
Oh, get the fuck out. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh!
That was not
Shady.
Hey,
Selena.
y'all are worried about
You
me.
did.
We gotta
Wow.
mark this on
Yes,
the
y'all
calendar.
worried about
One
me.
who did it.
I feel better about myself. I've been
No
being
kidding,
nice.
right? Doesn't mean you can drop a bunch more now.
No,
Boom.
no, we're done. That was the one slip.
I'm
Okay.
behaving.
No,
I'm
when it
doing
comes
well.
to the buffets,
Next question. No, next question. We got. We're pushing 45 minutes right now. Actually, we're at 45 minutes. Secret Agent Randy Beans asks, "If Destiny did not exist, what game would you be playing right now?"
Poker.
Boom, I'm going with you first because you have almost as many hours as I.
Yeah.
Half as many, but you have
So-
some hours.
I have about the same amount of hours in Destiny 2 as I do in the Dark Souls franchise.
Okay.
So if I didn't play Dark Souls, I would have about almost 6,000 hours on Destiny 2.
So if Destiny didn't exist, would you have
God.
6,000 hours in Dark Souls?
Isn't Dark Souls like hard?
Definitely. No, it's a joke.
Oh, stop it.
Does
Look
this
who you're
include
talking to, Selena.
Bloodborne?
Come on now. Yes, I've platinumed all of them.
Nice.
Damn.
BC?
I have two choices, two options. So I figure it would be either between Ghost of Tsushima or the Metal Gear franchise. Like I love the
Okay.
Metal Gear franchise, so probably one of those.
Valid. Selena?
I'd
It's not going to
probably
be God
go
of War,
through...
I know that.
Yep, it's not gonna be God of War.
There's still,
I'd probably... No
there's
offense
still
to people
echoes
like God of
from
War.
that.
No offense. But no, I'd probably go through the Assassin's Creed games, the majority of them, I would assume. And probably, as much as I'm resistant to Ghost of Tsushima, at least until, like, I wanted it at a severe discount, because it's definitely not as pretty as Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yay!
Agreed.
So,
Okay. VA?
unpopular opinion.
I'd have to say poker, probably either Providence Poker on the PlayStation, or I would just be off the PlayStation and playing poker
case.
or puzzle games on the computer. I just don't play a lot of video games these days. I don't have the money or the time.
Okay. This is an odd story because if I knew about Warframe before I knew about Destiny, I would be having a Warframe podcast with 4 of my friends, and I'd have 10,000 hours into Warframe. But I didn't know about it until afterwards.
Well,
Lucky
so
us.
here's the thing. I'll go with that. I played Warframe, but Warframe underwent a lot of changes. I think if you would have got into Warframe at the time you got into Destiny, you wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah, it was so pay to win at 1st.
It was. My kid showed it to me, and it was like, oh, that's an interesting concept. But yeah.
I remember playing. I actually did play that first before coming to Destiny, and I was, I'd bust out 12 hours a week just trying to get one thing, and then the guy next to me bought it for $19.99.
Ouch.
That's about the way it goes
Up
in
next,
the games.
next question. Denise Fat asks, what was your first big-time noob moment in any game?
Oh, jeez.
BC?
I'm going to stick with Destiny, and I'm going to say my first big-time noob moment in Destiny was when I first bought Destiny. I was so excited for getting it, and I wanted to try content that I couldn't do, and I tried to go into Crota and do the raid without anybody, and didn't
How'd
look
that
up
work
any
out?
videos.
That's cute. That's
Didn't
cute.
look up any videos, didn't know anything,
That's
just
cute.
I cleared the first part where it made the bridge. Well, that took me like 2 times to figure out how to walk across the bridge, and then got into the dark part and proceeded to die a lot.
Yikes.
So yeah,
Selena?
noob moment there.
Mine is probably a random Final Fantasy the first time I got hit with a zombie status and then tried to heal myself.
Instant death.
Oh my goodness.
Nope.
Dun, dun, dun.
VA?
Oh my. God, I've been gaming for so long. I actually would probably say one of the more memorable ones was Destiny because this is my first FPS, and it was probably the first time that I went into PvP and just kept finding the enemy with my face. Because, I pop around the corner not watching my radar, or I'd run out of bullets, and I'm right there in the open and I'm reloading and promptly get shot. So I was great at calling out. I was great at calling out the enemy. Hey, there's 4 of them on B. So yeah, that would probably be the one I can remember.
That's useful. It's useful info though.
It was.
I don't really have a lot of new moments in Destiny, but
Oh, you had to have one.
Oh, it doesn't have to be in Destiny, does it?
In any game.
Yes. Okay.
okay. Probably Bloodborne. The very first time I ever played it, I dodge rolled off the map in the very beginning.
Hey, you gotta see if there's
That's-
fall damage in any game. You gotta check that.
It wasn't that. I don't know what I was trying to accomplish, honestly, to this day. And I learned that if you press double circle, you dodge roll forward. And
Valid.
that's that.
Which is not necessarily the way you want to go, I guess.
You chose to test that right next to a cliff.
Yeah, that's that was not the smartest thing in my life to do.
Okay, mine was Destiny 1. I was on Mars, on top of a structure, and I was farming a cave where, like, the Vex would spawn every 10 seconds. So I had my Galahorn ready to go, and another Guardian showed up. This is before I knew how to solo queue. The Guardian kept getting in front of me, and I got pissed off. I shot my rocket. I died, he didn't, and he teabagged me for about 30 seconds. Lesson learned.
Wow.
Yeah, that was. Oh wow, I'm a noob. I gotta do better. Okay, Jewelry Prizzuto asks, you're on the game show Survivor, and it's the episode where they bring out a family member or a friend to bring you some love. Who's coming for you, and why? BC.
Dear.
I'm gonna go with Tardis, my son.
Aw.
And just off the back, it's just gonna be because I want to show him that you could do stuff like this. Like, just put your mind to it, work to it. I made it this far. Let's keep pushing. So it would have to be him.
Selena, I know your answer. It's got to be your sister.
It is my
Why?
sister. It is my
But
very
why?
sweet sister because she is awesome and she would, I don't know, she would just be like my rock, my little rock, my little sister-sized rock.
Who did we lose?
Awesome.
Shady?
Boom.
We lost Shady.
So,
The hell
Who's coming to
Shady?
see you on Survivor? I'm coming back.
I'm gonna have to say it's gonna be a friend. And I can't believe I can only choose one. It would have to be Bad Fanatic or Randall, because I feel like he would be the most passionate to psych me up and just make sure I'm in the right headspace to continue and keep going strong.
Nice.
I got you, VA.
It would probably. Oh, God, I can only pick one. I think it would probably actually, as much as I care for my boyfriend, I think it'd be my son, just because we've been through so much. And, not to be cliche, but he's kind of my reason for living. So, and we share gamers. I'm just very proud that I've raised, such a amazing young man, and we can share geeky stuff, we can share anime, we can share gaming in different ways, but it's enough that if he says something, I don't glaze over with the I have no idea. And if I go off on my tangent, he kind of goes, okay, I kind of know what you're talking about.
Oh man.
So,
That's cute.
yeah,
Sweet.
that is precious.
And by the way, everybody watching this episode of Survivor is crying because I grab a tissue when I know it's the love issue episode. I grab a tissue. I don't even fight it anymore. It's like I've watched 40 seasons and I cried every time. So my answer is going to be my daughter. She's 24. Just gave me my first granddaughter 6 months ago. But she is a gamer and she is ultra competitive. So if we were doing a task together, we'd win because she's that competitive. She would carry me to the win.
Nice.
She would do anything she could to win that whatever the challenge was. Okay, up next we got Tammy Shehole. She asked, "Has Destiny changed your life for good, or better, or both?" Boom.
It's gonna have to be both, Shady. Crucible makes me hate myself.
Why do you go there?
because you have to. The developers decided
You
it
have
was a
to.
great idea to make Crucible
it's
necessary for
fun.
PvE players.
It's fun once in a while though to like
But
shoot things that are smarter than stupid AI.
nah. But when I'm in PvE, it makes me feel great, especially when I accomplish something. If solo or with a fire team, just makes me feel really great that hey, we did it, we knocked it out, and we can say we won, perfectly. Sometimes perfectly.
Okay. Selena?
What was the question again?
Has Destiny changed your life for good or bad or both?
Yeah, both. Why not? Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Sorry, existential crisis for a moment. No, both, right? Because they're both the same. But yeah, good things. All good things about Destiny. I play Destiny.
Okay.
I enjoy Destiny. I like to shoot
Good.
things. I've told
DC?
you this so many times, Shady. I just want to
Well,
shoot things.
I'm not the only one going to be watching this or listening to this, so...
Oh, I'm sorry. I just like to shoot things, and it's a really good game for just wanting to shoot things.
And how is it bad? How has it made your life bad?
Did it say? I thought you said
You
good
did. You
or
said both.
You said
Good,
both.
bad,
Oh,
good, bad, or
Good,
better.
bad, or both?
oh, good,
bad?
bad, or I didn't hear bad in there. I heard good or better.
Okay. You can hear what you want.
I guess I wanted to hear good or better. Good
Okay.
and better.
That's a valid answer. BC?
I'm going to say all good. Just all GOOD good.
Okay.
Perfect example. This podcast. The reason why we started it. The fact that it's still going. Once again, like I said, when I started D1, I was going through some serious real life stuff, and I met somebody through gaming on Destiny that to this day we're still really good friends. Um, Heck, I'd even say I'm going to say that's my best friend. So.
Oh, thank you.
He's talking about noob.
So I mean,
I know.
that's gonna be it's there's nothing bad about that, and I get to play it with my son. Like my son is super involved in the game. I actually probably wouldn't even have bought this season if it wasn't for my son. So hey, sounds all good.
Great. VA?
For the most part, I would say definitely it's made my life better. Because, yeah, it was at first it was something I could do with my son. We don't play together anymore. He's moved on to other games, but through him bringing me
Quitter.
into this game, yeah, well,
Destiny is a gateway
ADD at
game.
its best. But through him bringing me into this game and me joining DoD, Backwater, and now Rocketsauce, he hit a mental health crisis in 2018, and I had just lost my dad the year before. DoD got me through it, and during 2018, that clan helped keep me sane in between dealing with my son. So I would definitely say it has been better. And now I'm with a gamer boyfriend. So, I would say overall Destiny has been good. The bad thing is my house cleaning routine has gone completely down the drain. But, honestly, that's probably the worst part of being in Destiny. But overall, I would say that has been a very positive experience since joining the game in 2016.
Okay, I'm going to answer the bad way. If I had spent as much time on Destiny as I could have learning the piano, I'd be playing at Madison Square Garden in front
There
of
you go.
10,000 people.
Priorities.
I'm not even sure 5,000 hours is enough to play quite
I
that
have
level,
almost
my friend.
10,000 into the franchise. I am
Crazy.
700 short of 10,000 hours in the franchise. The good thing is, though, I have my accomplishments. It makes my ego get stroked a lot. I got signs up. If anybody besides me ever watches my stream, yeah, you're on it. So you may want to check it out. But Yeah, I have a lot of accomplishments in Destiny, but the main thing, have acquired a lot of really good friends, and you guys are all amongst them. And I'm a very much an introvert. I have very few real life friends, and that's the way I want it. I don't want someone ringing my doorbell and coming over and going, "I came over to talk." I'm like, I don't want you to be here to talk. I want to go play Destiny. Leave.
Yeah, that's
Go play Destiny and then join my party, and
Exactly.
we can talk while we
Join
both
my
play
party, and
Destiny.
maybe we can talk then.
Bring your PlayStation, go sit in the other room, and we can talk.
Yeah.
Close the door. I don't want an echo. Close the door.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. That is the Twitter questions, but last week, Selena in VA, I did have a couple of questions that I expected you guys to be there for, and I wrote them just to have men and women in the same answer, and you guys weren't there. This segment's probably going to go with 10 minutes because it went 10 minutes without the females there. Question number 1, hottest Star Wars character, male or female or both?
For Star Wars
Han
character
Solo.
or actor? For character?
Han
Ooh.
Solo
Character.
both. For both.
Oh, darn. Yeah, I'd have
Did
to
you-
give
did
you
you
Solo.
have it?
I'd have to
Did
give
you
you
have
Solo
it?
and then
as a
Lando, or
character.
Hondo.
Hondo.
That's a good answer. That's a good
Han
answer.
and then
That's both of
Yeah.
them together.
Yeah, I agree. Han Solo followed kind of closely by particularly young
Lando Calrissian.
especially young Lando.
Yes, young Lando. Not today, Lando. No.
No, I'm talking about
Maybe
Kristen
still,
Glover.
maybe still today,
Kristen
Han.
Glover.
Maybe
Yeah.
still today, Han.
Oh, you mean okay? So you mean Childish Gambino? You don't mean
Also
Billy
known
D.
as
Williams?
Kristen Glover.
Oh no!
But yes.
Oh. See, I was talking about back in the day, old school Lando.
Nah, Billy D never quite did
Billy
it for
D.
me.
Williams.
But Harrison Ford, until the last
He's
few
just so
years, was
smooth
still
talking.
looking good.
But yes, you are very. I haven't seen that particular one, so. But yes, Childish Gambino /
Daniel Glover.
Kristen Glover.
Danny Glover.
No,
Boom,
Danny.
boom. You got a female.
No, it's not. Danny Glover
Hottest
is
female
an
in
older
Star
guy.
Wars?
Donald. Thank you, Donald
Thank
Glover.
Donald Glover.
Donald.
Oh,
We're all
Donald
like,
Glover. There we go.
I know,
Okay.
we're all wrong. Donald Glover.
Donald
there's
Glover.
yeah, there's friggin' old school. I'm getting too old for this poop.
Stuff. Yeah. Who was actually no relation to him, which is really funny.
What's that?
I'm gonna have to say Daisy Ridley
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
As
She's fun.
as Rey in the
Rey,
new
yeah.
Star
nice.
Wars.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I went old school. I went Princess Leia and New Hope. No
in
Oh
the,
yeah,
in the
she's
bikini.
definitely.
tethered by Java. Come on.
I prefer in the white dress with no bra. The
Yeah.
little white roby dress
I
with no
do.
bra.
I kind of do too.
Yep.
So,
And a couple of us went Han Solo, and then BC brought up Lando Calrissian, and like, yeah. Okay. Okay, next question we asked, expecting females to be involved in the podcast, was how does Star Wars? Male.
You mean Star Trek?
Star Trek.
You just
Star
asked us.
Yes, Star Trek.
We
yes.
just did that.
I was gonna say Star Wars. We just did.
I knew I heard it somewhere. Star Trek.
Vodka much, yes?
Started
Everybody,
late.
everybody on the Star Trek: The Next Generation cast, I would bone the girls, the guys, the androids, especially the androids. Brent Spiner in the makeup, not in like the creepy like Independence Day character where he's the weird scientist with the long shaggy hair or whatever. But Data, yes please.
Data was packing. He had
Data was
correct.
Tasha Yar, like she got it good from Data. Who else got it good from Data? Somebody else got it good from Data too. That was like in the cast. But anyway, in like an alternate universe, I think. But anyway, yes, everybody.
Yeah,
everybody. Geordi,
I'd agree. Most
Will
of them.
Riker, especially
Who
Lieutenant
is still looking
or Captain
fabulous.
Picard. Oh my God. Friggin'
He
Jonathan
could talk you
Frakes.
into it. He could
Oh
talk
my
you into
God.
it.
Yep.
Beard. With the beard, though. You have to have the beard. I'm sorry, Will Riker. With the beard. You have to keep the beard. keep your beard on.
I would also say
Counselor
Seven of
Troy will
Nine.
be over there being like, coaching him because she knows what's in my head. Freaking Dr. Crusher will be like shooting me up with a hypo spray of some freaking like ecstasy. Like, yes. Yes,
Okay, Selena, holy crap.
Shoot, and I thought I was a
We
trucker.
did 20
Good God.
minutes on this last week.
Selena
Sorry.
went hard in the paint. She's like, oh no, Deanna's got to
Sorry.
be there because she's going to tell you what's in my
We did
head.
20 minutes
Yep.
on this last week with a 16-year-old in the party.
That's what
Ooh.
Okay,
I would
when
tend to
it
agree
comes-
most of TNG, but also 7 of 9 from Voyager. Just
Yeah,
God,
Jerry
that's
Ryan.
she's
I wanted to go-
ridiculously hot. I'd
wanted
be
to go
so
Counselor
self-conscious
Troy.
the whole time.
in the first season, because he wore that short dress,
yeah.
amazing. But then when 7 and 9 showed up, that, as I said last week, God high-fived angels after he made that. So I
That's
finally got it
crazy.
right.
And the
I
little
finally
eye
got it right.
thingy. I don't know. It's weird, but it makes her hotter.
It makes it harder because she's
like,
not
ooh,
perfect.
she's still part
She's
Borg.
like
She's not fully
9.9%
like,
perfect.
yeah,
She-
she's like,
she's not 10.
she's
She's a
still part
9.9.
Borg. They couldn't remove that part of the Borg from her.
But she's also
Oh my
aged
goodness.
well. That's the other thing. Jerry
Oh
Ryan,
yeah,
my God.
she looks great.
Not everybody has aged well from any of those casts, but she's one of them has managed to, cheat the aging gods. So. Well, that didn't take any 20 minutes.
It took like 15.
Boom
Okay.
hasn't answered yet.
Has anyone not answered the Star
I
Trek
think that would
question?
be boom.
I answered
So-
last week.
Here's the thing. I don't think I've ever watched Star Trek. Except for, like, the most recent new one.
Discovery.
Okay, all right.
But I will say,
Anyone
I know of the
listening to
cast.
us the last hour and a half just left.
I will say I do know some of the cast and the older ones. I'm gonna have to say Famic Jansen, whatever her name is.
She wasn't in...
Is that from Deep
she's not-
Space Nine? Or...
No, she's not
Generation.
no, who she play?
I like the chick
She
that played
plays-
Dax on
Because
Deep
Frank
Space
Jansen
Nine.
is only 44 years old, and so when Star Trek Next Generation was on 30 years ago, she'd have been 15.
She could have been in Deep Space Nine or Voyager or.
Are you
she could have
thinking
been
of
in one of the
Doctor?
movies.
No, it says Star Trek Next Generation actress.
Well,
actresses.
she must have done a guest spot. She was not a regular. Definitely
No.
not a regular.
I would imagine so, but I really liked
Who are
her
we
as
talking
Jean
about?
Grey. She's
Okay,
Jean Grey
yes.
in X-Men.
Yep,
Oh,
bingo, yep.
Ah.
She's
BC,
super
were you
attractive.
going, I have no idea who the actress is?
I have no idea. Hey, that's okay
Frank
because that happened
Jensen is
with me.
hot.
That happened with me
Exactly.
with Star Wars last week. The chick that I picked in Star Wars, nobody knew who she was. I couldn't think of her.
Who'd
she
you
was
pick?
one of the. What's her? Katie Marie Tran.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah.
played Rose.
See, you guys know her.
Okay, I know her, but I also, in my defense though, I also go to cons. I went to Creation Cons when those were still a big thing. I've been to Dragon Con. When they come back up, I'm going to Wizard Cons and Heroes and Villains. So,
Oh, nice.
you know, yes, I have my Trekker card. I've met a great many. I got to meet DeForest Kelly before he died. I've met James Doohan a couple times before he died. I met George Takei. I have met most of the Star
Nice.
Wars cast up to the Enterprise level, and I haven't met any Discovery yet.
Star Trek.
Yeah. You said
I said
Star Wars.
Okay, well, I've met a bunch of Star Wars people too. And
And I
Anthony
thought I was
Daniels.
bad for not even knowing the show.
Yeah, whoops. But Anthony Daniels, oh my God, he has got some of the raunchiest and funniest sense of humor. I don't know if it's because he's a Brit or just him, but he's hilarious. But yeah, that's kind of why I know. It's like a Pam Jameson in Next Generation. So, but yeah.
Wow, okay. That ends the Fate Twitter questions and the reprise. I just knew you girls wanted to weigh in on this because it's not going to come up again because we already did it. I just gave you a chance to weigh in, and that was a good 10 minutes of more Star Wars and Star Trek.
Now, which
Okay,
one's
up next
better?
are the stats from last week, and they're down, and I think I know why. The past 3 weeks, we were at 140 and over 200 2 weeks ago. Last week, we were at 80 views. One comment from Dread talking about education, but we did have 4 likes and for the first time, Selena, no dislikes. So thank you for not disliking
Yay!
my feed.
Stop it.
Um, the
I was so
reason
mad I just
why
bit my lip.
the reason why our views were down, ladies, because neither one of you were on the podcast. I
Oh.
firmly
For
believe
shame.
I firmly believe that the female aspect of the podcast doubles our views. I'm serious. We will find out in the coming week when this podcast airs with 2 females. If we hit over 200 again, it's going to be confirmed. And with that in mind, I have a business model for you 2 guys, 2 girls. Selena VA, I'm going to tax you with making your own podcast about anything. If it wants to be about Destiny, be like the girls of Destiny, or the Guardian girls.
Oh,
Try to
there
get
you go. You
try
can
to get
get
a
your
third
Facebook
female.
friends in
I
it.
caveat that with after I move. I am moving next month, so
And I'm also
Um,
offering myself and BC are willing, and probably Boom, willing to be guests on your podcast because I think it would be successful.
I'll be a ghost host.
I like the idea. I'm moving first, and then I
gotta
am
find a
all
time where
about it.
you can all show up.
Oh
But
my
I do have
gosh.
a public service announcement. 2 of my recent videos posted had been attacked by a computer scam.
Oh no!
If you get a view on your video that starts with V as in Victor, O as in Oscar, N as in Nancy, dot anything, LOL, black. It's a computer scam to try to steal your information. If you get VOM as in Mary, same thing. It's a scam. I had 2 on my last 3 videos posted. I did the research, and YouTube said, "Ooh, no, don't click on that link." You need to
Oh,
go
okay.
to the link and go to the right. You'll see 3 dots of vertical dots. Click on that and hit report, and then it'll be reported to YouTube, and the comment will be erased.
Good to
So
know.
that's
Gotcha. Well, I don't
a
click on
thing
strange
that,
links anyways.
well,
Right.
and I try to give people that I know a thumbs up or whatever and reply to them, but I was like, what the heck is VON? Like, what was that stand for something? And I did the research and it said, oh, it's a scam on YouTube. Okay, here's the outro. Where can we find everybody? BC?
Well, since we've got this new sponsor, I'm going to work on getting that and seeing if it's something that I can set up personally. If not, then soon I will have a separate YouTube channel just for the stream.
Excellent. Selena?
You can find me on YouTube, which I am currently on. Hello, everybody. 2 people all by person. It's only 1 person. Hi, Dan, probably. YouTube, Selena Kyle, 1981. Thank you.
VA?
You can find me on Twitch or YouTube at VA_witch, which is also my PSN handle. So
Nice. Boom?
Sometimes you can find me on Twitch, Boom Shakalaka, just like my PSN username. I
Okay.
hope.
I am ShadyVale35. Cleverly, you can find me at YouTube on ShadyVale35. No space between the letters and the numbers. But the clan has spoken. We are done. Great episode, people. I'd like to have everyone come back next week. And if you can't, let me know ahead of time so we can figure out what's going on and get a substitute. But I
alrighty.
prefer this lineup. And if anyone has an idea for a guest for next week, hey, just bring it up.
Alrighty.
BC's in charge of the booking, but if you have someone that you're talking to them about, hey, I'm on a podcast. That's really cool. Like, you want to be a guest? And yeah, sure. We'll hook them up. We haven't had a bad guest yet. Thanks, Boom.
No, we have
I
not.
appreciate it.
Of course.
VA, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys. It's been lots of fun every week.
Selena, thank you so much. I appreciate it. How about a meow meow to come on to set this up? Come on, something positive.
Meow meow.
There you go, BC.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, BC.
Thank you. I am Iron Man.
Just don't disrupt reality.
I believe we are clear.
Woot woot.
What up?
Welcome back,
you
Dan.
could have been a part of all that.
I was.
I'm the ghost
I was
host.
the ghost host. Do you like the ghost whisper in that episode? That,
Dread, any part of that you thought was funny?
yeah, I was laughing, and Sam was looking at me all weird. She's like, what the hell? Why did you laugh like that? It seemed like you
Why
were
did you laugh
genuinely
like that?
enjoying
On that
yourself
note,
over
I have
there.
to go Sherpa 2 new people through the raid.
Indeed.
Which raid are you
Have
doing, my
fun.
friend?
Good luck, Boom.
Deepstone.
Thanks for being on.
You
Appreciate
got
it.
you got a full crew?
Well, with the damage numbers we did last night, I
Oh,
would
does-
really
does he
like to
need?
split them up.
That's beautiful.
So, technically, yes, we may need some bodies.
Okay.
Because there was 3 people under 400 KDPS.
Good lord.
I have a technical note. FYI.
Oh,
Weird
go ahead.
technical note.
Hey, the sponsor, like the Anchor, like when I upload it to Anchor, they give that to everybody, man. They let anybody put their name on the podcast.
It's a free sponsor.
Hey,
It's
they
a
don't
free
charge
sponsor.
anything.
Free.
It's more like a public service announcement than a sponsor.
Well, it's called sponsored. It's when I put the audio onto Anchor, and I add a segment. It's called a sponsored segment, and they let you record a little audio.
Of
like
course they
Anchor.
do.
They start off with that one. If it gets a lot of views, they might say somebody else might want to, but I don't think we're going to because I mean anytime soon because we've had like maybe 10 views total on Spotify and stuff.
That's better than nothing.
No, I haven't checked it in a while. It could be more, but
Well, once I
Just
get
saying, like-
once I get moved and have a space that I can set up for like any kind, for a real podcast, I'll also be more than happy to promote it a little bit more on the main DoD.
Yeah, we
channel
only
as
mentioned
well.
Spotify for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I also don't do a lot of promo.
Nobody
in
knows we're on
DoD.
Spotify.
well, I mean, I
Or
did
Twitch or
kind of
anything else.
post it to 3 different Destiny communities on Facebook.
Okay.
So anybody who did look at those would know because it says, YouTube link and then also has like Spotify link for, audio version.
Woohoo!
I don't know. Maybe some of those people clicked on the link. Maybe they didn't. I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Hey.
But I'll post it again tomorrow. I posted it the last 2 weeks.
I do
On
want to
those
propose
3
a.
places.
I don't know what to call it. Crap, what's the name? Anyway, if we ever make any kind of money on this podcast, I would like all the proceeds to go to a charity.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
I'm
good.
fine
Because
with that.
I'm financially secure. I don't need the
Right.
money. I'm not looking
That
to quit
must
my
be
job
nice.
to do podcasts. Well,
Hey,
I
FYI,
mean, Boom,
that,
come up with a charity for yourself. The Boom charity, the guy trying to feed himself
Buy him a pizza. What is
from
it?
Pizza Hut.
I was gonna let
I don't
you know,
have
like,
a. That won't work here because I don't have a Pizza Hut in my hometown anymore. They closed down.
Oh,
But it's
no.
3 days in the mail. It should be okay.
Pretty soon, Amazon will be drop shipping them. It'll
I was
be
gonna
alright.
say pretty soon, yeah. Just order from Amazon.
Have a drone coming to your door with fresh hot pizza.
That would be nice because no one delivers because of how far I'm out from town.
Ooh, really? Damn.
That's the pain of living.
That's why
like,
Little Caesars are
almost-
your favorite hot and ready. Go over there and just grab it and run back.
So I told
That's pretty much
boyfriend.
what I do.
Yeah.
I told boyfriend he's talking about moving a little further out, and me and his wife just looked at him and go, "Bye," because she's from the city and I'm from the suburbs, so we're kind of not real keen on moving further out.
What what sucks for Little Caesars is if I do get a pizza, it's a 20-minute drive one way.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
So you eat the pizza in
When
the
I lived
car
out in the
because it's
country, that's
cold
what it
by the time you
was.
get home.
Like,
Yep.
my parents got Jacks. There were other, like, we lived in this little town in Indiana called Needham. Needham.
Oh wow.
But I went to a school district in Whiteland.
Come on now. I've got
It was so
come
bad.
on. I've got family that lives in Lynchburg.
God
okay?
yes. God yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Lynchburg.
Yeah, tell me
I'm
if you
sure
ever
there's
come
a
out this
Lynchburg,
way for a
Indiana,
visit, my
too.
friend.
I'm sure there's
I
a
got lot of
Lynchburg, Indiana.
Lynchburgs.
But yeah, my parents, like, it was probably 20 minute drive to get to just like the outskirts of like the main town of Whiteland. And there was right there at that intersection, like, you know, into the main, like, whatever roadway that went through town, there was a Jack's Pizza, and my parents would always just get, like, there was like probably a mile and a half down either way there was probably another pizza establishment, but my parents were like, no, we're not going that far, we've already driven this far, we're always getting Jack's. And Jack's was terrible. I hated Jack's.
Oh.
They like, it was really thin crust, and they cut their pizza into square pieces. And they used this tomato sauce, which tasted mostly like tomato paste.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They used, like, their big thing was, like, this crumbled sausage, beef, whatever stuff, but it was just so much. It was just, like, a fucking half-inch of just crumbled hamburger seasoned, I don't know, weirdness. Like, sausage hamburger, like, across this, and, like, a smattering of cheese that was barely enough to, like, hold the loose meat together and hold it on this.
It's a loose
What are you
pizza.
describing?
This thin,
Exactly.
floppy
Pizza.
This thin, floppy crust that most of the pieces didn't have an actual crust. Like, it was just thin,
God, I
soggy
feel
dough
sorry for your
underneath.
pizza. I'm not even eating it.
Oh, it was terrible. And the only way it was edible for me, at least, was to, like, smear a, like, layer of ranch dressing on the top of it. And, like, eat it like a meat salad. I don't know.
What in the fuck are you talking about?
Sorry, excuse for a pizza.
Oh my god. This place called Jack's Pizza that my parents would go to because it was the closest place to, like, our country house. And, like, they refused to, like, go someplace else because it was that much further. So... And
I'm
they
just
said
glad
it was
Little
their
Caesars came
favorite
back.
pizza. I'm like, this pizza's gross.
Damn, charge your goddamn phone.
What? I've been going all day with this thing. I ain't charging it until I get in bed.
I'm just glad Little Caesars came back because for a while, you know that.
Yeah, I was
it
worried
was
about
pretty
them.
much. It was pretty much gone. Like we had a bunch of
Worried
them
I
in
was
about
worried
town,
about them, yeah.
and then
Seriously?
came back.
Well, they
and
used
it's
to, like, they had, like, these big sheet square pizzas sometimes.
Yep.
Oh my god.
They were
and
still
those
nice
were
and
really
cheap.
good. Like, they changed their pizza, but their
Oh.
breadsticks pretty much stayed the same. I feel like their breadsticks and
Oh.
just, like, whatever,
Caesars?
cheese sauce.
No, the crazy bread's not the same anymore.
Oh, it's not?
No,
It's
that
not.
is different.
It's different.
It's
Oh.
the
When they
crazy
came back,
bread
it is
not
different.
as good. It's so sad. So
Yeah.
now I just get, instead of getting crazy bread,
Damn,
because the
check your
crazy bread's
fucking
not as
email
good,
too.
I get Italian cheese bread. The Italian
Yes.
cheese bread is pretty good.
Yes, I like the
Okay.
Italian cheese. I'm not a big fan of the
I just
cheese
go
breads,
in and get a
but
bag
yeah.
and, like, a pizza, and I'm like, walk out.
The crazy bed is just kind of loopy now. It's not all that crazy.
Well, it's also like a hard breadstick, and I'm just not a big fan
it's
of a hard
hard
Mine
now.
are
breadstick.
It's
always
not
super
as soft, and
squishy.
it doesn't have the crazy crumbs and stuff on it anymore. It's not as good. Italian cheese bread is where it's at.
Okay, there you go. Good to know. Okay. I'm gonna
But-
run outside real quick, y'all. I'll be back.
Yeah, the Pizza Hut, the buffets. We had what is it, CC's Pizza here, which was like
I remember
I
CC's
know
Pizza.
our CC's closed.
You're on the
because of
West Coast, aren't
pandemic.
you?
No, I'm on the East Coast.
I'm East.
East
Well,
Coast?
I'm not on the
I
East
don't know.
Coast. I'm
CC.
Midwest.
I know
I'm
Little
Midwest.
Caesars. I don't know
Midwest.
CC.
Yeah, I live in Ohio.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm in the
Because we have
DC
a
area.
CC's here too.
CC's Pizza Buffet,
Yeah.
$5.99, all you can
Bingo.
eat, on
Mhm.
point.
Mhm. Yeah, I went by there the other day, and the pandemic, all the buffet places closed around here, and so I don't have a Golden Corral 20 minutes away from me. Old Country Buffet is now closed, and CC's closed up permanently about 3 4 months ago. Like they were shuttered, and then they finally, they're just like closed for, closed due to restrictions, and then finally they're just like, this location is closed, and now
Sad
they've got for
face.
sale, etc. And I was like, but, and we lost like three Chinese buffet places. It's just the buffet places in this area just got really decimated for obvious
Yeah,
reasons, and I understand why, but I'm really hoping that some of them come back because
yeah.
it's hard. Sometimes you just want to, especially when you have a bottomless pit of a teenager. You just want affordable and moderately
I'm not looking
healthy.
forward to that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you've
I
got a
could barely.
girl, and supposedly girls
Well, I
don't
have
eat as
two girls and a
much.
boy.
Oh well, you're screwed. Because about the time
All
one
with
gets over
all
it,
between 7 and 11.
so about the time one gets
Yep.
out of the bottomless phase, they'll have at least one or two others in it. Yep. Yeah,
Yep.
yep.
It's gonna be great.
But you know
I
what?
recommend
Teach them
Start
to
clipping
cook.
coupons.
Oh my God. It's funny you say that because for a while when I first left my ex and my kid was 3.5, I swear to God, I knew the Happy Meal night for every McDonald's for like a 5 mile radius.
Hmm.
I knew every buy one, get one, every 99-cent kids night. Like, I kid you
Yep.
not, for like every place.
Kids
It's
eat
like, all right,
free.
bingo. It's like,
We have a
okay,
Denny's that still
tonight's
does that.
IHOP, here's Denny's, here's TGI Fridays, here's this. Oh, I was great. And then he got too old for like the little kids, but it wasn't enough for the adult entrees. And it's like, well, crap.
Steak
I
and
can't afford to
shake.
buy. Oh, we don't have that around here. I was so happy though I was able to start eating adult size food because then the BOGOs would work.
Oh yeah.
But buy one entree, get one free. It's like, okay, I can actually use this now.
See, I currently think my 7-year-old is on a growing fit because she's eating me out of house and home right now.
She might. They go through those phases.
Well,
It takes a lot of energy to build a person.
It does.
thankfully, and because unfortunately, my family wasn't blessed with any sort of height, so I know where she's gonna cap out at, and she's almost already there. So,
What about the other side of the genetics, though?
I was about to say it could skip
she
a
was as
generation
tall
or
as I
something.
was.
Uh-oh.
God,
But
I
what
hope
about
not, because my real dad was 6'11", and my mom is only 4'9", and
Yeah.
I'm
But you
only
never know how those
5'4", and her
recessives.
mom is about 5'4" as well. So,
But you don't know about those recessives, man. Let me tell you.
yeah,
It
I'm
skips a
worried.
generation. It skips a generation in my family. So my
I'm
grandfather
praying it doesn't.
was about 5'5". My dad, my grandfather's about 5'5". He had 3 kids. All of them are over. All boys. All of them over 6 feet.
Jesus.
And then,
He was quoting a lot of Bill Cosby, wasn't he? I brought you in this world to take you out at the kneecap.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I'm like 5'7", but my son is 13, and he's already like 5'6.5",
Oh, damn.
5'7", and he's 13. And I'm like, ugh. So the height skip generation with us. Same thing. My uncle's daughter, my cousin, she's about my height, but her eldest is already 6 foot.
Oh my God.
Like, and I think he's 16, and he's 6 foot already. So Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, genetics get to be interesting. I was hoping mine was going to be a bit taller, but he's as tall as his father, so I'm satisfied with that. And
Uh,
How old is he?
he turns 19 this August, so he could get another inch or two.
You can get a growth spurt up to age like 24.
Yep, for guys, yep. So it's entirely possible because uh, all the sides on my family, all the men average 6 plus. Like my grandfather was the shortest of him and
damn,
his two brothers, and he was the shortest at 5'10". But
that's
so
crazy.
I'm 5'10". I don't feel short.
I'm definitely short, but I'm okay with it.
but I'm whatever. He has a good lot of fun because my mom is 5'2", so ever since he started getting his growth spurt, he has a lot of fun putting his arm on her shoulder and using her as a armrest or patting the top of her head. He's like, "Hi, Nana." Yeah, but she's good
If
natured
you
about
guys
it.
want the checkpoint for the raid, by the way, I have Tanix checkpoint, and it is Tanix weekly challenge.
Which is what, 4 ball or
Four
just kick
ball,
his ass? Okay.
4 ball for the double chest
Whew. I
for
actually need to do a
eyes.
whole. I need to do a whole darn run. Is what I need to do.